IMTV! Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Albuquerque, where we've just traveled down Interstate I-40, I believe, all the way from Houston to Albuquerque. I think it's 1,200 miles or something like that. It took us a long time to get here, and it's pretty warm, strangely pretty windy as well. But we've got 12,000 odd fans here tonight at the Journal Pavilion, which you can see behind me, a very large shed, and also behind me you can kind of see a strange man loitering in the background, but you can also see the 7 trucks which are actually carting all our equipment, and just over here on my right we also have all the tour buses which carries all the crew and various other things. And I'll just keep talking while I'm off camera. This would be a certain monitor. Well, we're not quite sure about the tonnage, but there's obviously a lot of tonnage in these trucks, obviously somewhat more than we had on Ed Force 1. 6 trucks are basically carrying all the backline, all the gear, all the lighting, all the trusses, all the drapes, and also pyro as well, which there is obviously a lot of on this tour. And and yes, so there's a vast more amount of equipment and gear than we had on Ed Force 1, because obviously we could fit, I think it was about 12 tons or something like that of stuff on that particular plane. I think we've probably got about 3 or 4 times that amount on here, so that gives you some idea of how much stuff we're actually carrying now. But as always, Albuquerque, which is the biggest city in New Mexico, and it's also the home of the green pepper, and lots of useful information, and the Sandia Mountains, and also it's apparently the centre for the balloon race every year, which is quite a famous event. But besides that, and being on Route 66, but beyond that, Albuquerque, it seems to be a pretty good place. But first of all, let's go and find and speak to some people about what they're expecting tonight, as always. And we'll go from there. So onwards we go. I think it was this way, wasn't it? Okay then. Well, here we are in Albuquerque, obviously. So I'm just here with Swami Rob, who's one of the DJs here. Am I correct in saying at the KZRR 94 Rock? Is that correct?
Right, correct. That's right.
And tell me a little bit about the station first of all.
Well, 94 Rock is pretty much the kings of metal in Albuquerque and the Southwest. As a matter of fact, we play all the rock. We go Hendrix right through Disturbed and everything in between.
Okay, and obviously, you've supported Iron Maiden for quite some time. I mean, in America, I mean, a lot of the radio stations just stick to like commercial playlists and that sort of thing. But do you guys have that kind of thing, or do you just play the sort of music you love and that's it?
We play what works for the people in Albuquerque. And Iron Maiden has been a core band of 94 Rock for the 25, 26, 27 years we've been on the air. It's never changed. That's what this town likes, and that's what we bring. And we just don't play, some radio stations will play Number of the Beast and Run to the Hills. Man, we're all over it. We've been playing the Wicker Man. We've been playing the Diary of Benjamin Brieg. We do all the stuff. I mean, we go deep with the Maiden too, and they love it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, have you actually interviewed the band at any time? Or?
I did. I just talked to Bruce on Thursday, as a matter of fact, which is really cool because I've interviewed just about everybody. That's my first chance to talk to anybody in Maiden, and Bruce is a great guy, so it was really cool.
Did he mention planes, by chance?
He did. We talked about planes a little bit, as a matter of fact. I told him that I didn't realize that he was an employee of a British airline. So I said, well, man, I figured you'd fly something with some machine gun turrets on it or something like that,
Well, he's done a few dangerous missions here and there, I suppose, but yeah. So was this a phone, or is this something that's you broadcast the day before the show? Or?
We broadcast it yesterday, actually. I recorded it on Thursday afternoon, and we played it yesterday afternoon. It was about a 15-minute long interview, and we also posted it on the internet. So if you want to listen to it, you can go to 94rock.com and hear it that way. And that was a real big thrill to talk to Bruce because, like I said, you're not going to see. This would be a great time to rob a house anywhere in Albuquerque because nobody's going to be home. They're all going to be here tonight.
I think I'm right in saying tonight's actually a sold-out show, right?
What's that?
Tonight is actually a sold-out show, as far as I know.
That's a big deal for Albuquerque, too. This is kind of a lazy town, and they don't always they'll get close to selling out some shows, but we knew Maiden was going to sell out the second we announced it.
Well, we were told by our driver, who was Southern talking chap, and he was saying the biggest ever sort of meeting of people in Albuquerque in New Mexico was like 46,000 people, because there's only like 500,000 people who live in this place, right? Well, actually in Albuquerque. Right. So to get this amount of people down to one night, I mean that's quite a few people, right?
Big deal. Yeah. But right when we announced the show, the phones went crazy immediately, and tickets have been selling great. As a matter of fact, we've been giving away tickets on the air for about the last 2 weeks, and I've had everything from bride bribes to death threats to get their hands on tickets for this show.
Well, in this part of the world, I'll take death threats fairly seriously. But
That's for sure. Yeah.
well, anyway, look, I mean, this is going on Maiden TV via their own website. So if there's anything you want to sort of say out to the Maiden fans here tonight and perhaps around the world, even, I mean, is there anything you want to put out to them?
Eddie lives, baby. Eddie lives. We're looking forward to the show tonight.
Okay, man. Thanks a lot.
You bet, man.
Go. Okay, well, as always, we find someone who's travelled a long way to be at the show, or one or two shows actually. And first of all, what's your name and where are you from?
I'm from Toulon, from France.
Whereabouts in France is that? Toulon.
Toulon, it's the south of France, between Marseille and Nice.
Okay, and you're obviously a big Maiden fan to have travelled this far, yeah?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Well, I assume you've seen them in France before.
No, actually, I never saw them in France. No.
Have you seen them before ever?
Yeah, I did. Last year I saw them in Los Angeles.
Oh, Los Angeles.
Yeah.
What on the last tour that's just happened?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. And so you've come all the way from Toulon.
Yeah, from Toulon, France.
To Albuquerque.
To Albuquerque, and tomorrow I'm going all the way to Phoenix, Arizona.
That's another 500-mile drive. That's quite a long way.
No, that's quite all right.
Oh, it's quite
Yeah, I mean, I will do anything for Maiden.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when was the first time you got into Maiden? Was it sort of way at the beginning, or?
Well, actually, I was a big fan, for several years, but I never had the opportunity to go see them live. But I have their CD and, their shirt and a tattoo here. I say, I love Bruce.
Okay.
Somewhere. No, that's not the truth. I'm lying. But no,
Okay.
no, I think they are great. They're awesome.
And obviously, is there anything you're looking forward to seeing tonight that you saw in LA again, or any favourite song?
Actually, all of them are my favorite because I always beg my husband because I say, this one is my favorite. He said, well, yesterday the other one was your favorite. But I like, there is one song they never sing in concert. It's Nomad. I love Nomad.
Oh wow, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like a Brave New World, isn't it? Nomad, I think. I can't remember.
Yeah, exactly. But I love that song.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
has something that they just touch me.
okay. Well, you won't be hearing that this evening, sadly. I'll tell you that now.
Oh, I know. And the song I probably love the most, but hate the most too, because it's always the last one in the concert. It's Hallowed Be Thy Name.
Yeah.
That's one. That's over.
So you kind of fill up a little bit at the end of the show. You sort of little tear in the eyes there.
Yeah, of course. I'm going to cry, and I hope the camera was not there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The camera won't be there.
then the makeup will be running.
Oh, shame.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I'm so excited, and I can't wait for tonight and for tomorrow, Phoenix, and then I will have the CD and the DVD to look at them.
what about Paris?
I don't think I can do that.
So here we are. Anyway, we've met someone who's come a long way. We're now meeting a whole family who's not come so far as France. But first of all, tell us your names and where you're from.
Dennis Dio, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Albuquerque.
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Robert.
And Janet from Albuquerque also.
So is this a big Maiden family? Are you all Maiden fans?
Big time Maiden. This band I worship right below my family and God.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
That's pretty high respect, I think. But
Yes,
I
very.
assume you've been into the band for quite a long time, though.
I've been into them since '82.
Wow, that's literally number of the beast. That's right at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Did they even come here then at that point? I can't remember.
No, well, I caught their 80. I think it was an '84 tour.
Okay.
From then on, I've been seeing them ever since. A friend turned me on to an old album that he was gonna get rid of because his mom didn't like the album cover.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll take it, and I gave it a spin on my record player, and that was it. That's when albums were in, before CDs and all this new technology.
Yeah.
That's when the sound was a lot better too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, we've just been talking to Swami Rob over here from KZRR, as I should say, in the American way. Now, obviously you're a listener, right?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I listen to 94 Rock. Yeah.
And they seem to have a pretty good playlist and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. They play a great variety of rock. Play a lot of good Maiden.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, they're number one in my book.
And I mean, obviously, this is a sellout show tonight. So this is obviously quite well, as far as I know, it's a sellout show. But
I wasn't aware.
So I'd say that Albuquerque's a pretty strong kind of Iron Maiden fan. Yeah.
I would say yes, but I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I'm big enough. You know, I'm a big enough fan for all of us. For all of us in Albuquerque, we love Maiden. We love Lauren Harris too.
Oh wow!
She's gonna kick some ass.
So where are you guys going to be tonight? Are you all sort of in the seats, or are you down the front?
We're in section G over there.
Oh right, so you're actually down the front.
Section 5.
So you're going to be
Section 5, yeah.
So you're going to be all there wrecking out and going a bit crazy, yeah?
Not crazy. I'm gonna rock out, man. To the best.
Right, guys. Well, first of all, tell us your name and where you're from.
Jeremy from Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida.
Kevin in Tampa, Florida.
And
Todd, Brandon, Florida.
wow, so you guys have actually come quite a long way today, right?
You got to if you want to see Maiden, man. They don't go to Florida, so we got to come here.
But so you came all the way here to Albuquerque. I mean, that's how far is that in like miles? That's like quite a way.
Flew. It was a long way. It's a lot cheaper than driving these days. And driving to Phoenix tomorrow for the show too.
Yeah. So well, and then so you're driving to Phoenix. So you're driving to Phoenix and then
flying back to Florida.
Okay, fine. So obviously you haven't seen the band since
3.
That's my first time getting to see the band, so I can't wait.
You're going to be pretty stoked about it tonight then.
Yeah, quite a youngin' on this style, so I can't wait to see them finally.
So this is the first time you've seen Iron Maiden.
Yeah, my older brother got me into them back in about '91, and just been stoked ever since, and just dying to see them. And he brought me some tickets a couple months ago, and I told my wife I gotta go, so I hopped a plane and came here.
So the wife had no say in it then?
No, no choice in the matter. I just had to go.
Okay. And what about yourself, sir?
I just came a long way to be here, and I'm happy to be here.
So you've been also a Maiden fan for a long time, or?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
About 15 years, 20 years, sir.
And how did you first sort of hear about them or get into them?
Actually, Life After Death. I bought the album.
Oh, you're pretty much the same as me then. I think that's kind of.
I was very young. Yeah, I bought the album and I loved it.
Oh, right. Well, you obviously weren't on the tour then at that point.
No, sir.
Okay. I'm not saying you're ancient, by the way. So obviously I have to ask you about the shirt because we don't support bootleg merchandise, but we're glad to see that you have actually bought some official merchandise today.
Happy to say I actually paid for some good stuff, but I can't talk about the stuff, the trash that other people bring me from other countries.
Yes, well, we have to say it was a gift.
Yes.
So you weren't.
I didn't condole on buying it. He just showed up at my house with it.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it. It's fine. So if you guys want to say anything, this is obviously going out on the Iron Maiden TV, which is the ironmaiden.com website. If you guys want to say anything out to obviously the guys here in Albuquerque, guys home at Florida or anywhere around the world.
Rock out with your cock out. Let's party.
Yeah. Didn't make it here, you're bad.
And yourself, sir?
Sorry y'all not here.
Okay. Great. Well, thanks a lot, and you have a good night, guys, okay? Cheers, guys. Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Can I drink beer while I'm out?
You can drink as much beer as you like, sir. It's not a problem. Cool. Well, well, once again, we've met something actually here which is most unusual, I have to say. I mean, first of all, tell us your name and where you're from.
My name is Caesar Garcia. Yeah.
And you're from Albuquerque?
Paso, Texas.
Oh,
I'm from El Paso, Texas, down another state from here, yeah.
So you've come all the way down here today just for the show?
Actually, I did, and I can give you a story about it. I came on the Greyhound, and I just for this event, because Iron Maiden did not want to go, or I don't know, to El Paso. And, yeah, I had to hitch a ride from downtown, more or less, to get here to this event.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Should we? Do you want to explain about the this leg?
This thing, because I am an Iron Maiden fanatic since back in 1984, 85.
Right. Okay.
Since I was 15 years old. I tell you what, this is going to be my 7th event of seeing Iron Maiden.
Wow. Okay.
And yeah, I came down here because of the fact that Maiden is pretty much it's pretty good impact in my life, in a sense of music, Otherwise, it got me through divorces and all that. You know, I mean, just listen to the jams. You know, I mean, Maiden is a band.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, it's not just a group. It's a band and a group, and totally, it's an awesome badass. You know, I mean, Steve Harris. You know how he grouped up the band, and you know to put in Dave Murray and especially Bruce Dickinson. You know, vocals, man. I know Paul Delino did a pretty good job, but you know what, you know. But
So what? Anything you're looking forward to seeing tonight in particular? Any particular songs or?
you know which one I really like is Aces High. Aces High. I really like that song. I like the beginning. I like the beginning.
Well, you said.
Jams.
Well, you're certainly going to be hearing some of that tonight. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know. As far as my leg, I wish and I hope you don't edit this out.
No.
I do want an autograph of all the members on my leg.
Okay.
Can you all do that? Bruce Dickerson, Steve, Dave, Aaron.
We can try. I can certainly try.
I'll tell you what,
They're going to be turning up pretty late, but we can.
I'll give it, y'all.
Well, no, you need it for now. We're only just there, so we can try and come back.
You know, I'm just gonna,
No, don't leave me your leg.
I hop skipping away because I can't leave my leg.
No, but yeah.
But
Now you keep hold of it, and if we can get hold of them, I'll come over and find you. Okay?
you know that you know I've been a fan, and I tell you, you know what? Show this to the band. I've been a fan since I was 15 years old. It's going 25 years. I'm 40 years old now. I'll tell you what. My kids, my ex-wife, my girlfriend. What Maiden is part of mine, because every time I go, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking jam out. I'm just gonna listen to Iron Maiden. That's it. Fuck it. And like I was telling people up front, staff, I think I gave enough part of my life to dedicate a fan, myself being Cesar Garcia, Iron Maiden. I think I deserve an autograph.
Okay, man.
On my leg.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Tell you what, San Bernardino, California, Orange County Pavilion, when they were there back in 1985, 86, Power Slave, somewhere in time, I was there.
No waste your time, I waste your time.